Thank you for staying with us. Moving to the focus for today, amid the persistent security challenges in Nigeria, particularly in northern regions, Plateau State has been thrust into the forefront with a recent tragic event. On Wednesday, armed men carried out a deadly attack in Mangu local government area of the state, resulting in the loss of at least 30 lives. We've had issues of kidnapping and banditry, which have become the new nightmare in the country. And today on the show, we'll be delving into the escalating security situation in Plateau State, providing detailed insight into the recent attack and its implications for the local community, examining the broader context of insecurity in northern Nigeria, and the urgent need for measures to address and mitigate such incidents. And to have this conversation with us is Michael Daniels. He's a public affairs analyst. Good morning. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
All right. It's not news that we've had a huge spate of insecurity in the country. Started like a speck and has now grown to other regions. It used to be a northern challenge that we all felt really terrible for, until we started having these issues move down to north central, to the northwest, and even to the south now. It has become a serious issue. But the most recent situation that we're having to currently deal with is the situation in Mangu local government area of Plateau State. There has been curfews here and there, there's been conversations here and there, consultations as well. But it seems to, go to deaf ears. First of all, I would like to get your reaction to the general security situation in the country before we delve into Plateau State.
Thank you. I think the security situation of the country is becoming very serious and very alarming, and I believe all very many Nigerians should be very concerned about recent development in our country. Section 14, subsection 2B of our Constitution states very clearly that the security and welfare of lives and properties shall be the primary responsibility of government. So if a government is becoming lackadaisical in security matters, then the whole essence of governance is questionable. And I think that's why we should be very worried as a people and very concerned in terms of our security situation now.
All right, the section you just quoted now, section 14?
Yeah, subsection 2B.
Subsection 2B. States that the security and lives of people
and welfare
and the welfare of people
yes.
is that of the government's business.
Exactly.
As we speak, the president is not in the country. What does that behold on him as the number one citizen, and of course, the one who is saddled with the responsibility of making lives and property secured?
It is very sad that with the level of security breaches we have in the country, the president can still afford to proceed on a private visit to France, as we were told, which for me shows lack of concern as the Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces and the number one security man in the country. The level of insecurity that we are having presently, I think we need the CNC in the state. Probably except for health issues, I see no reason why I should proceed on any private visit at a time like this. It should be on ground to give necessary instructions to the security chiefs in order to stem the current tide of insecurity that we're having.
All right. Let's bring it to a more focused demography, which happens to be Plateau State. Plateau State has had its share of insecurity in the past. I'm talking all the way from 2001, 2010, I think, as well. And it has been back and forth here, peace today, chaos tomorrow. But we've not had it this big after the 2001 incident. Again, it's repeating itself now in 2024. I was in Mangu a couple of years ago. I did serve there. I was in the NYC orientation camp. It's a beautiful place. By demography and topography, and the geography of the place is actually amazing. And coupled with the fact that it has provided Nigeria with a huge chunk of natural mineral resources, which I think should be harnessed. But that is not the focus. The focus is this chaos that is currently going on in this place. While several quarters have come out to say that this is a religious war, it's Muslims fighting Christians and vice versa. But it started with armed banditry. It started with gunmen attacking a particular community. How it degenerated into a religious war is what I do not understand. And how we even got to the point where we are peddling that narrative. And should it be something that should be heard of? I mean, Nigeria has so much to deal with when it comes to insecurity already, and the people fighting themselves at this time in the name of religious war. Do you think that is what we should be looking at now, instead of, finding ways to solve the general problem, which is insecurity as it is for the entire country?
Thank you. I think what is happening in Mangu, to be specific now, in Plateau State, is more than what we're seeing. I think there is a systematic ploy to take over the entire Middle Belt. And I don't want to believe that the security agencies are not in the know of this. Don't forget, this has been happening for years now. I mean, forget about the recent onslaught that we had. There have been systematic killings within that axis for a couple of years now. And I do not think government should tell Nigerians that they do not understand what is going on there. I believe that people are just playing politics with the lives of the people. Government, to be specific now, is playing politics with the lives of the people. They understand very clearly what is happening in the Middle Belt. Don't forget, there are communities within that axis that are then dislodged. People are in the IDP, internally displaced camps, here and there within their own country. How do you explain that? It shows that government understands certain things that they are not telling Nigerians, and we have a responsibility to demand an explanation from them. The recent one in that community is horrendous. Over 100 lives were lost just in the night, and all of that. So people's community have been taken over by headers to bring it home now. Yeah, by headers, some of those communities were renamed and all of that, and people were dislodged and kept in an IDP camps, and they've been there for years now. And government is not taking specific steps to dislodge these bandits and put the people back in their ancestral homes. So that means government is in the know of what is going on. And I think we are not telling ourselves the truth as a people. If government is pretending not to have the information. I was listening to the spokesperson of the military when that unfortunate incident happened at Magu, and one of the things he said was baffling. He said that the terrain was somehow, and they couldn't navigate through the terrain on time and all of that. Don't forget, these people attacked that community for a couple of hours, and there was no help in sight and all of that. So government should, and as a matter of responsibility, secure the people, because that is the primary responsibility of government. Anything else, anything short of that, they don't have business being in leadership.